In a world where monsters and bosses rule with terrifying strength, there is one who can strike down anything with a single punch. I step into this world as Saitama in the city that will become my battlefield, the city. I installed the One Punch Man progression mod and WeaponOut mod because I will be only using fist weapons in this challenge. With each enemy defeated, my destiny as the ultimate hero will unfold. Let's return to where my journey begins before I become the One Punch Man. The moment I spawned, I already noticed something strange. The guide was already in love with the robot. Great. Even NPCs have better relationships than me. Before doing anything, I checked the One Punch Man progression menu. Then I checked my own stats. Yeah, I was very far from being Saitama. So I started like a normal Terraria run, cut some trees, started to build a small base, and crafted a workbench. Then I crafted my first fist weapon, the wooden tickle. And this moment right here was important. I dropped my wooden sword. From this point on, I am only allowed to use fist weapons. No backup weapons, no emergency swords. If I can't punch it, I deserve to die. I tested my new fists on a blue slime, and honestly, it felt really interesting. Punching enemies in Terraria feels completely different. I got stuck in that hole and had to dig my way out like a One Punch Man hero. Then I tried to explore the left side of the map, but got trapped between slimes, tried to fight back, and they killed me. Welcome to Master Mode. After respawning, I finished building my base. Then I checked the fist class recipes and realized there is a lot of fist weapons. This isn't a joke mod. This is a full combat system. I tried fighting my first zombie, put up a good fight, and still died. The second time though, with the help of the NPC, I finally took him down. I started digging underground and found my first lead ore. Equipped my first wooden armor, then I checked my stats again, and it's still looking bad. I started exploring the right side of the map, collected some cactus along the way, and stumbled across my first treasure chest. Of course, I got attacked by a swarm of slimes, but this time I held my ground and defeated them all. Then night fell and I had to take shelter in a cave, but I wasn't very safe there. So I decided to keep exploring, and while doing that, zombie came out of the dark and touched me in the no-no area. I equipped the cactus armor. Now enemies can take damage when they attack me. Also crafted a round shield. Not quite Saitama, but helpful. The jungle. That place is terrifying. I got yoinked by a jungle bat the second I stepped there. While mining under my base, found platinum ores, crafted an anvil, then crafted a platinum knuckle duster, my first advanced fist weapon. Found a band of regeneration and Hermes boots from gold treasure chests. I even got killed by a cave bat while leaving a house. Classic Terraria. Built some instant NPC houses and used some mana crystals. In this mod, every single stat boost counts. Even mana crystals increased my HP regeneration. I also discovered the corruption on my left side of the map and realized I wasn't ready to pass through it yet. While exploring, I got jumped by a black slime and I got yoinked because I couldn't see it. But that's what's interesting about One Punch Man mod. It makes me stronger with every fight, every death, and every action. Blue Fairy led me to my first life crystal, so I grabbed it from underwater and used it. Oh yeah, the more enemies I yoink, the more powerful I get. I prepared a small arena for the upcoming fights, pushed to the right side of the map until I reached the ocean and I found the sleeping angler. I searched for the water chest and almost got yoinked while doing that. While exploring, I saw a message said that I'm starting to feel more acrobatic, but 10 seconds later, I fall to my death. Then slime rain started, fought countless slimes, and my power kept increasing. The Slime King appeared. I realized when I used the fist weapon, I really need to go very close. I wasn't used to my fist skills yet, so the first fight didn't go in my favor. I made it to the left side ocean, and when I was going for the water chest, out of nowhere I got eaten by a shark. That's the beauty of this mod. Every kill, every death make you more powerful. I finally got enough platinum and I made the platinum armor, which is a big upgrade from the cactus armor. No idea what just happened, but the boulder missed me, so I jumped on it to make sure it finished the job. While I was organizing my magic store, an evil presence started watching me. The Eye of Cthulhu arrived, and I was a little worried after what happened with King Slime. Every punch made me stronger, and the longer this fight went on, the more confident I got. One last rush, and the Eye of Cthulhu got fisted. I mean defeated, with only fists weapons, and I got rush charm from him. I went to nearby altar and made the slime crown. I summoned King Slime, and I knew this fight was about to get messy, but it was time for my revenge. He kept teleporting on top of me, but every punch was stacking more power. After smashing through him and his army, King Slime finally went down, and I walked away stronger. Then I kept pitting the new slime NPC until I was satisfied. I even got a new fist weapon, the Slime Slapper. I checked my stats after the fight, and it was really increasing. Soon I will become Saitama, the One Punch Man. And I realized that I can jump higher now. Hopefully soon I will be able to jump to the moon. Started hunting some goblin scouts for some tattered clothes. Then I made the goblin battle standard and summoned the goblin army. The goblin army arrived and my base instantly turned into a war zone. They came in waves, but every goblin that fell just made me stronger. The invasion was over, and now I can find the Goblin Tinkerer. Finding the Goblin Tinkerer was a pain in the clock. I searched for almost an hour, and he was under attack. I saved him just in time, and walked away with rocket boots and the Tinkerer workshop. I finally made the Spectre boots. Next was the Eater of Worlds. After blowing up the last Shadow Orb, the Eater of Worlds was unleashed. With every segment breaking apart, the fight got crazier, but my punches kept scaling up. Piece by piece, the Eater of Worlds fell, and that fight pushed my power even higher. I got a new accessory called Dried Eye. I made the Nightmare Pickaxe. I used an Obsidian Skill Potion, and I went straight to hell to farm some Hellstone. I made my new fist weapon, the Phoenix Mark, and I equipped a Molten Armor, which I was already made. The Molten Armor with the Phoenix Mark look amazing. I got hit by my first Blood Moon while I was preparing Queen Bee Arena. The Blood Moon turned into pure training. Every zombie I took down kept pushing my power higher. While farming life crystals, I found an unconscious man, probably knocked out by too much beer, so I saved him. I stepped into the arena, broke the Queen Bee summon, she got mad, and in an instant, the jungle turned into chaos. She was flying everywhere and dashing non-stop, and with fist weapons having such a small hitbox, landing hits was really struggle. After a long fight of chasing and cornering her inside the hive, I finally took down the Queen Bee with my fists. Then checked my character stats and my power was growing rapidly. I prepared the arena for the Old One army, then summoned it. The Old One's army arrived and everything just got chaotic. Wave after wave, enemies poured in and my fist kept swinging. Stage 1 cleared and the Dark Mage defeated. Next, I went hunting in the ice biome for Flink's fur to make the Deerclops summon. From the frozen wasteland, Deerclops emerge, all hands and pure rage. Every swing shook the ice, but my fist kept pushing back. The Deerclops fell, the snow went silent, and I walked away stronger. Then I went to explore the desert. While doing that, I found the golfer and got my first bass statue. I went straight to the dungeon after preparing the arena. At the dungeon's gate, the ancient curse awakened. Skeletron rose, and there was no turning back. I started punching his hands like they owed me money. Shattered his hands one by one as my fist kept breaking through. With the final blow, the curse was lifted, Skeletron fell, and the dungeon was finally mine. I went to explore the dungeon and found the mechanic, then I got her yonked. After that, I freed trapped slime in a box, and again I got another NPC yonked. Then I went straight to hell and prepared a bridge for the Wall of Flesh fight. I dropped the guide into the lava, and the underworld answered by summoning the Wall of Flesh. The Wall of Flesh charged forward, but I ran straight into Destiny, fists blazing. The Wall of Flesh collapsed, the world trembled, and hard mode was unleashed. Then I used the Demon Heart and used the new item Frenzy Heart, which grant me new melee healing abilities. I went and broke some altars to get the new ores, and I got Cobalt, Mithril, and Titanium. I went straight and mined Cobalt ores so I can make the Cobalt pickaxe. Then I went back and mined some mithril and made the mithril pickaxe. After that was the last ore, the titanium ore. After collecting enough titanium, I made my new fist weapon, the titanium fist. Then I equipped the titanium armor, tried to reforge the titanium fist, and as always I got robbed by that green little shirt. Found a gelatin crystal, then went to the hallowed and summoned the queen slime. Queen slime appeared in a flash, fast and aggressive and already on the move. She wouldn't stay still for a second, forcing me to chase her across the sky with pure fists. When she finally fell, the Hollow knew who was stronger, and my power climbed even higher. Without warning, pirates stormed my world, turning the surface into a battlefield. Cannons fired, captains charged, and I punched through wave after wave. When the invasion finally broke, even the Flying Dutchman was down. I hunted some wyvern for the Soul of Light, then hunted some Soul of Night, and I made the mechanical boss's summons. I summoned the mechanical worm. From deep underground, metal thunder roared. The destroyer was unleashed. It trapped the world in steel and laser, but my fists kept breaking through every segment. The machine shattered, steel rained from the sky, and I stood alone at the end of the long night. I got from the boss new wings and made a new fist weapon, Cursed Gatling. Checked my stats while waiting for the next night, and god dang, I started to get overpowered. The very next night, I summoned Skeletron Prime and the world braced for impact. 4 arms, endless weapons, nowhere to hide. So I punched through every attack. One by one, the arms fell, then the core. Skeletron Prime was dismantled. The next night, the twins descended, fast, aggressive, and already keeping their distance. They wouldn't stop flying away, forcing me to chase them non-stop just to land a single punch. I chased them all night, barely able to keep up, god dang it, until a fallen star saved me from the endless chase. I used the hallowed bars to make the pickaxe axe, went straight to the jungle to farm some chlorophyte ores so I can make the chlorophyte armor. I equipped the chlorophyte armor, then summoned stage 2 of the old one army. Stage 2 of the Old One's army got serious when the ogre showed up. Huge, brutal, and loud, but my fists don't care. A few solid punches later, the ogre was down and the army was defeated. After that, I went and prepared arena for Plantera. I shattered the Plantera bulb and the jungle trembled as the fight began. She twisted through the vines, but my fists were faster. Each strike landed with deadly force. With one final punch, she fell, and I felt my strength grew even greater. I had tamed the jungle terror. I farmed some life fruit to max my HP, then I went to the jungle temple, the lair of too many lizards and golem. I destroyed the lizard people race while I was making my way to the golem chamber to the point of extension. Inside the golem chamber, I pulled the lever and the ancient guardian came to life. Stone fists flew everywhere, but I stayed close, trading punches like it was a true brawl. Fist against fist, I broke the temple final defender. Golem was defeated. I made a new fist weapon, the strong arm. I triggered the solar eclipse. The solar eclipse began and the world filled with monsters. Mid-fight I checked my stats and realized that soon I will be really Saitama the One Punch Man. Creatures poured in from everywhere, but my fists never slowed, just punch after punch, until the eclipse ended. Night fell and I summoned the Pumpkin Moon, bringing an army of nightmares. Monsters flooded in non-stop, but my fists kept clearing the screen wave after wave. The Pumpkin Moon ended and one monster tried to run.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
I chased him down and ended the event personally. After that, I went to the mushroom biome and hunted a truffle worm. Since it was Christmas while I was recording, the Frost Legion showed up uninvited. Snowmen everywhere, but this wasn't a holiday. It was a beatdown. I summoned Duke Fishrond and the ocean itself charged straight at me. He was too fast to chase. My only chance was letting him dash through my fist. One perfect dash, one perfect punch, and the Duke was defeated. Got a new fist weapon, but I won't use. Then I checked my stats, and all my stats was off the chart. After waiting for a while, finally an alien drone saw me, and the sky lit up green. The alien invasion had begun. They came with stick, laser, and chips, but none of that stops my punches. The mothership fell, the invasion ended, Earth was safe again. Got a new fist weapon, Booster Fist, and it looked very cool. Then come Betsy. the final boss of the Old One army. She soared and breathed fire, but every punch I land shook the heavens. Betsy is defeated, and the last stage of the Old One's army conquered. My power rose even higher. I got from her the Hidden Dragon, my new fist weapon, which I will be using until Moon Lord is defeated. Used the Naughty Present, and the Frost Moon rises. Winter army is here, and the night is filled with monsters. Santa, the Frost Queen, and their minions couldn't escape my fists. Each strike shattered the cold night. Frost Queen dropped new fist weapon, then I used it to take her down. After the long night ended, the Frost Moon terror ends with it. Then I went and farmed some prismatic lacewing so I can summon the Empress. I summoned the Empress of Light, and immediately the nightmare began. She stayed out of reach, glowing and untouchable. Every punch barely reached her, and I pursued her across the sky. After an entire night of swift punches and non-stop chasing, she finally fell, and I never wanna do that again. That fight really made me full of rage. It was a nightmare fight. At the edge of the world, I interrupted a forbidden ritual, and the lunatic cultist answered my challenge. Clones filled the sky, ancient magic everywhere, one wrong hit, and the fight would spiral out of control. Through the chaos and deception, I broke the cultist spell, and with his defeat, something far worse was awakened. It was Pillar's time. I started with the Vortex Pillar and dropped aliens from the sky like it was an invasion movie. But bad news for them, I don't negotiate with aliens. The Stardust Pillar flooded the lands with cosmic minions, beautiful, glowing, and absolutely getting punched back into stardust. Nebula tried to break my mind, turns out fists don't need focus. And then comes Solar, the last pillar. Solar threw everything it had at me, flames, elites, pain, and still it wasn't enough. The final challenge has arrived. Moon Lord descended, keeping his distance, forcing me to chase him across the sky. Every punch counts, every miss hurts. This is the ultimate test of my power. His attacks are relentless, and he keeps moving just out of reach. I dodge and strike whenever I can. My fists pounding, my strength surging with every hit I land. After a long, grueling battle, Moon Lord falls, defeated by my fists alone. The ultimate test is complete, and I stand victorious. But the journey is not over yet. I'm still not the One Punch Man, and will have to beat the Moon Lord again once my damage resistance is 100%. I made first the Solar Flare armor, and I made my final fist weapon, the Polaris Punch, and my damage resistance was still not 100%. So I went to the Jungle Temple to gain some damage resistance, and oh my god, my strength increased rapidly. It went from 2000 to 17,000, then another bigger, oh my god. My hair started to fall out and my strength over 130,000. I am really becoming Saitama. I returned to face the lunatic cultist once more. My strength had grown beyond anything before, and with a single unstoppable punch, I ended him instantly. But still, I don't feel like Saitama yet, because I still have hair. I was staring through the pillars mob, and in that moment, the transformation was complete. I became Saitama, the One Punch Man. My hair fell away, my fists thundered with unstoppable powers, and each punch shattered the world itself. Nothing could stand in my way now. The Moon Lord appears, and this is my final show of power as Saitama. I strike with the unstoppable force of my punch. One punch and the Moon Lord is no more. Victory is mine. I am unstoppable. I am Saitama, the One Punch Man. When I was about to end the recording, a pirate invasion attacked, and it was so funny. The attacks were bouncing off me, like what would happen with Saitama in the anime. With that, the challenge was complete. I finally became Saitama, the One Punch Man. I loved the Fist Weapons mod and the One Punch Man mod, but I was completely overpowered too early. I think the One Punch Man mod might need a little balancing, so you don't get overpowered too early. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments which challenge you want to see next. This was Holy Short Plays. See ya next time.